Hello guys, this is Dizzy Dino. Today I'm taking a look at the new heart cross meta. Specifically, this is going to be a guide to making hearts. Before we hop into the guide, I just wanted to first talk about what the heart cross meta is. You guys have probably seen these leads popping up everywhere. This is pretty much the new meta of the game. This is like the new flavor of the month, although it's probably going to be here to stay for a little while. We've had heart crosses in the game for a little while now, but they recently got a huge buff. Like previously they were only on leads like Sumire and Kaede, and what it says is when you make a cross of 5 heal orbs, it halves damage. That's all it used to say. And the problem with that was it wouldn't be able to tank a preemptive. You made the heart cross, and if you killed the floor, then the shield would go away. So then they buffed it and made it so that it would carry through to the next floor like any one-turn damage shield would. And that already was a buff. And then they went ahead and brought new evolutions in that added a damage component attached to the heart cross. And that's when we see the heart cross meta emerging, because what you get is you get these incredibly tanky teams that are still capable of putting out more damage than most teams out there. So let's take a look at heart crosses. What is a heart cross? A heart cross is, well, exactly as it sounds, a cross made from exactly 5 heart orbs. It's 5 heart orbs, either a match of 3 vertical with 1 on either side of the horizontal, or you can look at it as 3 horizontal with 1 on either side of it vertically. That's all there is to a heart cross, but they can be challenging to make because they're unlike anything we've made in PAD before. Sure, you could have made your fireworks that way, but most people didn't, because why would you? A heart cross is awkward for a lot of reasons. It almost eats up a 3x3 space, because matching in with the corners of that heart cross can be awkward. You've got to match around this match, you know, and especially if it's up against a wall. If you put it in the corner, if you put like a heart cross here, you're blocking off that orb. You can cascade it underneath, but still, you're playing not like you're used to playing when you're playing with heart crosses at the beginning. It takes exactly 5 hearts to make a heart cross, right? But if you have extra hearts, you can actually place them in the corners of the heart cross and they will not match. So, for instance, if you have 6 hearts, right? If you have 6 hearts, you can place the 6th heart right here in any corner, and it's okay. But keep in mind, if you're going to be having, if you're gonna have 7 hearts, you can't place them in like parallel corners to each other, like on either a horizontal or vertical line from each other. They have to be kitty corner from each other. What I mean by that is, if that heart's there, you can't have a second heart here, because that would make a 3 match right here. But you can do this. That is a heart cross. That is also a heart cross. Let's talk about easy ways to make heart crosses. The very first step to making a heart cross, very first step, is putting the 5 orbs together. Make it so they're touching. This is the same thing I say for people that are trying to make a match of 3, making a match of 4, making a match of 5. It doesn't matter. The first step is putting your orbs together. So if you've got 5 hearts sitting like this, and you want to make a heart cross out of them, before you even worry about anything else, you've got to put these hearts together, and then you can turn them into a cross. And what I just did there, that's the most basic way to make a cross. This is pretty much my starting point. When I don't know what else to do, when I don't need to do anything fancy, start off as if you were making a match of 5. Then you can come in 1 away from the back, in and through the length of it, back around the opposite side, in and through the length of it. This also works vertically. So if you don't know what to do, again, make a vertical match, in, down the length, in, down the length, or in and up the length, in and up the length. It doesn't matter. So if you're having trouble putting the 5 orbs together, well, that's a little bit of a different story. That's think of it's a lot like the row video I made. And it's a technique I call snaking. Everybody has their own names for it. It's just when you want to move an orb around, you kind of just go in front of the orb and make this little circle where you pass through the orb, come back around in front of it, back around in front of it, back around in front of it like this. But you can actually pick up extra orbs doing this. So you come here and grab a second orb. So it's a lot like playing Snake, which is why I call it Snake. Oops. So now you've got 3. You don't want to mess this up, like me. And then you've got 5. And when you do it quickly, you know, it almost animates itself like moving a snake around. And then you can just literally wrap this snake in up and on itself. So that's all there is to it. So first step, again, put your 5 orbs together. So we can just go, okay, here we are. And then we've got them together however you like. And then that's the easiest step. So let's take a look at common shapes that you're going to have to deal with apart from just a straight line when you're making a heart cross. This is one of them. And of course, if you have the luxury of picking up an orb, you can just, boom, pop right out like that. But of course, you don't always have that luxury. So if you're coming from the top, right, an easy thing to do is just to make a circle and then pass through that. So if you've already got this heart cross situation like this and you're trying to compress it, just go into any one of the corners, make a circle. Again, it doesn't matter what direction you make the circle unless you're trying to face it a certain way. But taking 4 with a space in the middle and making a circle in any of the corners will turn it into like a T. And then it's as simple as just placing the last orb on the T or running it through the T like that. Okay, so what happens if you have an actual T? What happens if you have a T like this? Well, if you're sitting on the far side, obviously the easiest thing to do is just to pass straight through. But we're not always there, right? What if you can't do that? What if you can't get on that side? What if this T is up against the wall like this? What can you do then? Let me put it this way so you can kind of see the shape easier. Okay, so one easy thing to do is to make 2 S's. So let's say I'm starting here. I'm going to make an S. See that? That's an S, or Tetris piece, whatever you want to call it. Then you come down and you make the reverse Tetris piece. Now, of course, if you're in the corner, you'd want to start on the other side so you don't end up in the corner like that. So you do that. Okay, so then this B is a really common shape you're going to run into, and it seems like it's really easy to solve, right? Or B or 9. I call it a B because, you know, you can shape it like that, you can shape it like that, you can shape it like that. It exists in a bunch of shapes, pretty much 3 with 2 sitting next to it. The easiest way to solve it is if you're sitting on the far side, because then you can just go in and through. But you don't always have that luxury. What if you're on this side of it? Well, the easiest thing to do, I've found, is you almost tie a knot with it. You're gonna treat this part right here as the tall middle, and you're gonna go in through the middle part of it, in and down. That creates our middle axis of the cross, and then you're gonna go over and make an S up. One more time. We're just gonna go in, down, over, and S up. So really fast, if you've got this and you're matching over here, you know, then you can go boop and you're done with that. So that V shape comes around a lot because sometimes you just already got a match of like 3 hearts near each other and 2 next to it, and you don't want to, if you've got orbs sitting like this, you know, you don't want to have to go, okay, I'm going to make it into a full straight line, you know, like you want to learn these so that you can kind of just go, oh, okay, I've got that there, and then I'm just going to do that and have a heart cross. So another common shape you're going to deal with is the L. And of course, the easy thing to do with an L is to come to the far side, pass through, come to the other side, pass through. But if we do that, we're using up 4 by 4, 16 orbs just to make our heart cross, and that can really be destructive to your board. So what we can do is if we've got an L, right, we can do this, and then we've got our T, and we can solve it as if it was a T. Okay, or we can flap the side down, and now we've got a B, and we can solve it as though it were a B. But you don't always have that luxury with these big flat ends. What if our L is in the corner? Okay, so now there's no solving this L by turning it into a T. I mean, we could just flip that around, and then we can do this. If we flipped it from the other side, we would be free, right? That's one possibility, and that is one possibility. If we try to do our B technique, we're gonna be stuck in the corner. So that, and we can't come through this side, so that doesn't really work. Our alternative is just this little technique I do for the corner. I just kind of flip the B around just by going like this. I start at the top here, and I come down, spin almost all the way through, up, spin through. And I keep spinning, so I end up right here, and then I can just finish like that. One more time. I just go up, spin almost all the way to the end, up, spin to the end, and through. And I'm sure you guys come up with better solutions than me. This is just what I use. But essentially, that's kind of it. Those are like pretty much the basics of manipulating a heart cross. You want to just kind of get comfortable with passing through your heart cross. And of course, you know, there are different techniques for when you're holding a heart too. I can go into some of those in a future video. And I'd like to take a future video and go into how to play the specific leads and how to combo around the heart cross. But this video is dedicated just to making the heart crosses themselves. So before I wrap up, I'm just gonna kind of make a bunch of heart crosses. In fact, let me go ahead and switch leads. I'll make a couple boards in a row here just so you can kind of see a bunch of different heart crosses real quick. And if you guys are interested in checking out these heart crosses, or seeing them in action, please do swing by my stream. I'm at twitch.tv/DizzyDizzyDino. We play every day. I do at least 1 or 2 Ronove runs in Arena every stream. Tuesday, Wednesday, 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific time. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 6 p.m. to midnight every week. I'm also on Twitter at DizzyDizzyDino. The links are down below. Feel free to swing by if you need help. Feel free to ask for it. It's pretty much what we do there in stream. But otherwise, have a great day, guys. Thanks. If you have any questions, again, feel free to swing by the stream and ask. Otherwise, good luck. Spend some time in Endless. Get these heart crosses down, and welcome to the new heart cross meta. So I'm just going to talk through some of these matches here as I'm going. So here, making a prong down here, straighten these hearts out. Oops, messed that up. And then I'm just looking for other colors to match around it. So here I see these 4 bunched over and this one far apart. So I'm probably gonna hold this orb in my hand. As for this, I can pass through it like this from the top and turn it into a little thing like that and park it on top. I'm probably gonna end up doing that because it's really easy. Just like that. So here I've almost got a straight line. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish making it a straight line and then just go through the straight line match. And you'll see there I went for a diagonal, just to move around. Here I've got my orbs kind of far apart. Ooh, we got some close together. And this time they're up against a wall. So we're in a little bit of a problem here. So I'll just make a T. Here we've got a match partially done. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna leave this orb here as part of the heart cross, so it'll cascade these greens down for me. A lot of it is taking these techniques and finding just what matches the board you're using. As you can see, that heart cross there was like almost done already. Here's one where they're all up against the top. And so these ones can be a little bit more difficult. And if you're struggling with these ones where they're all up against the wall, don't be afraid just to hold one of the hearts. You can just, like, for example, if I held this heart, I can simplify this match a lot just by going like this. And then I just make sure to move them together so they're touching, right? And then I can just park it on top. So here, we can just go like this. And then we're just gonna match as usual. And how about one more? Let's go ahead and pop this Kaede. Ooh, we've got kind of far away orbs now. So what I'm gonna do here is just go boop, 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 bring these together, and that's it. And see that I can set this up so it cascades through. I'm keeping an eye on which orbs get pinned around the heart cross so I can cascade into them. So for part 2 of this heart cross guide, I'm going to focus on actually playing the leads and comboing around the heart crosses. But hopefully you guys got something out of this guide. If you guys have any more questions, like I said, please feel free to swing by the stream. I'm always open to questions, always down to help you build your teams, look at your box. I'm there 5 days out of the week for a good 6-8 hours out of each of those days. The rooms, the community on Twitch is just amazing. Everybody's really helpful. I do hope you guys swing by. If you do, please do introduce yourself. I love to hear from people that come from my YouTube channel. And again, guys, thank you for watching this guide, and I'll see you next time. Bye.